Today, let us showcase some game ideas that we have for the channel. Hopefully, they will assist you in learning how to get your games up and running. We're also going to somewhat briefly discuss why Unity is actually still drastically important. If that sounds like something you're new to or you're into, you know exactly what to do. And I did not know we had such good grass over here. Anyway, hello, I'm Debonair, your host of this here channel, Games, a show where we play games in order to study games, and we study those games in order to make games. Today, as I said, Unity is still relevant, and that is because the tools by which they have to or for creating video games, the integration that is easily allowed and accessible, really, to me, I haven't seen a much more simplified manner or a much more simplified way to be able to achieve what Unity has in store or has to offer. So as I discuss some of the games that we're going to be working on here on the channel, some of the ideas, some of the tutorials that's going to come up, you will see just why and how Unity is still definitely going to be relevant. I do not see Godot. I do not see Game Maker. I don't see even the software I use, BuildBox, the #1 codeless solution for developing video games fast. I don't see those products necessarily allowing for the full-fledged freedom that Unity really allows, even though, of course, they're trying to make you pay maybe an arm and a leg and a kidney for what it is that they have to offer. So currently our main project is Battle Network Ultimate. It is a game that is going to assist Battle Network enthusiasts in getting a full-fledged experience of the Battle Network franchise in its entirety, allowing for individuals to play the game and view that world or live through that world or experience the world of the Battle Network franchise, of Land Hikari, of Mega Man.exe, and the rest of the squad, view it through your eyes. So creating your own NetNavi and being able to navigate the internet in order to collect customizable parts or parts and outfits and clothings and weapons and chips and battle to your heart's content. Hopefully, eventually, at some point in time, we'll make it multiplayer. But as of right now, just trying to get a fan base #1 and see if it's possible. Just seeing if it's possible to gain or have an audience, gain or have some notoriety. So the only way I was able to do this is with BuildBox. I used this game engine to create the game. The game is not finished, of course. You guys should see some of the project videos overall on at least my left or right hand side. So yeah, that's really what I'm going for there. That is the main project. That is my that will be my magnum opus, as they like to call it. Okay, but there are other projects that later on down the line I will end up needing Unity. One of those being this project specifically, because when it comes to multiplayer functionality, BuildBox does not yet necessarily have that easily integrated. There are individuals who have created some games using multiplayer functionality, although I really question how they implemented that. And whether it is a live multiplayer interface or whether it is like a turn-based, if you will, or whether it's like not necessarily over the net immediately, but instead like they have leaderboards. Leaderboard does not necessarily make it just multiplayer, right? That's just showing a score. That doesn't make what you're doing multiplayer. If it's maybe your turns being sent over the net and then someone interacting with those turns that you have taken, I think it's probable or possible that that's possible, but I'm not sure. So when it comes to multiplayer, BuildBox to me is out of the question, okay? When it comes to multiplayer, I've heard Amazon has like a kind of application that will allow you to make some video games and integrate their systems to allow you to have multiplayer. But it doesn't seem as easy or as simplified as I've seen with Unity. Now, yes, I have not experienced that. I haven't used that myself, but I've seen many others do it. And Unity has they'll allow you to get the multiplayer going for the free. Okay. Moving on. So we also have another project in the works. Like I haven't made it fully yet. I've just deconstructed some of the parts that will be necessary, and the project that I'm working on, or the projects that I am working on currently, will assist me in that project. Now, sad to say, many of these ideas are not necessarily my own. They are just ideas I see that other companies could have taken upon themselves to really make what it is that I'm making, but they didn't. And so I want to use that fan base. I want to connect that fan base to the games that I want to make. One of those games being a battle royale featuring Metabot characters, using their likenesses, using their abilities in a battle royale type of game. I'm going to showcase some of that video here, but the long and short of it will be the regular battle royale motif, going around a battle arena or a battle area, being destroyed possibly by the storm, but collecting parts to enhance your abilities as you battle on the playing field. I've already seen Metabots Duel, Metarot 6, and they all look good and they all look fun. But I think they will always be fitting a battle royale type of schema. But not only that, but at the same time, I haven't seen a battle royale where you were the parts, right? You were the bullets, or you were the weapons, right? I've always seen people or battle royales carrying the character carrying weapons, ammunition, inventory, things of that nature. So to have your character change look and style of fighting as the battle progresses due to you changing your parts and weapons, I think is could be very fun. And then especially, I don't know if you guys have ever made Super Mech Champions or played Super Mech Champions, but in Super Mech Champions, when you are in the duel mode, where you're playing with a team, you can actually recruit people on the battlefield. After you've knocked them down, there's a brief moment in time where they're crawling on the floor, desperately trying to get away, and they can say things like, "Hey, don't fire me, I can work with you," or "Fire at me, I can work with you," or "Hey, I'm really, give me another chance," or something like that. And you can actually hit X next to them, or stand next to them long enough for them to recharge some of their health, and then bring them on your squad. And I haven't been able to do it that much because I do know there are too many bots in this game. I don't think there's enough people playing this game, but at the same time, to have you be able to do that in Metabots, where you've knocked somebody down, they ask for assistance, or they say, "Hey, they'll give me another shot," you know what I mean? And now you can have your team of Metabots. It will be kind of cool. Could be kind of cool. Plus, I also want to implement a buddy kind of system, or a partner kind of system, to where the Metafighter is walking around with the Metabot, and it is through the Metafighter that the Metabots are even allowed to have or change their meta parts, or have various meta parts. And if the Metafighter is destroyed or knocked out of the battlefield, or knocked out, then the Metabot that you have currently only has the parts that are equipped. You can't switch because Metafighters have meta watches that normally have your inventory, and because you no longer have access to your Metafighter, then you won't have access to your your inventory. How that system will be designed, I don't know, but it's going to be fun to play with it. And again, yes, I can do a little bit of that with BuildBox. I can possibly create a mirror AI that will mimic your moves, and other AI that will randomly behave, maybe even some pathfinding features. I've seen a couple of individuals who have developed pathfinding templates using BuildBox and Java code and things of that nature. But once again, when it comes to the multiplayer aspects in the future, Unity has that overall, okay? So that's how that game goes. Now we'll move on to other projects I have in store for you guys. So later on down the line, I'll be working on a project reminiscent of, I'm trying to advance augmented reality, right? A lot of people are into augmented reality, including myself. I like VR, but I don't like the dangers of not being able to see your current surroundings. I think that Pokemon Go, specifically when it came to video games, revolutionized video gaming as we know it. And though it did revolutionize video gaming, it also made me want to play better games, because I definitely don't enjoy having to hold the phone up like this. I don't like doing that. Okay, I don't like having that. Now VR is perfect. It's on your eyes, it's on your headset, and we have seen that Apple is definitely attempting to take up the mantle of giving us a fully fledged augmented reality experience with the new Apple Vision, okay? Which is not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. It's an expensive idea, but it's not a bad idea. And I think that the solution really is what we already have. Our phones are already capable of full-fledged augmented reality and giving us a full-fledged augmented reality experience. The problem has, number one, been that the products that have been served for the augmented reality community have just not been handled properly. The UI interface is annoying. They're not taking into consideration that you would like a more hands-free experience. They're not taking into the consideration that it's actually possible for you to just use a regular remote or a regular controller to get a little bit of the intuitiveness that could be provided through experiencing augmented reality, right? You could set it to where the X button throws for you, and you could set it to where your controller forward button makes you, the character, move while you have your headset on your face, or while you have your phone on your face with any headset you could get from, say, a Five Below or a Walmart or an Amazon, right? They just are not doing that. And since they're not doing that, us here at Games, we have to do that, okay? So that's where Unity comes in. Why? Unity already has AR Core, which is native to Google, right? Native to your Android, right? It just hasn't been implemented properly when it comes to specific video games. And then there is this plugin that goes with Unity called MediaPipe, which again, I believe is associated with Google. MediaPipe is currently being used for a nice variety of fitness applications or fitness games that include some augmented reality elements that, quite frankly, could be used in the gaming world in a real, more refined experience, and for a VR or AR chat, right? That could be a cross-platform thing or could be across the world type of thing, but they just haven't added that yet. And so that means that in order to be able to do that, us here at Games have to figure out a way to do that, okay? And these type of games will open us up to some other kinds of games that I want to make. There's a game I want to make based off of one of my favorite series known as Shaman King. Okay, I haven't watched the anime just yet, the newest anime. I haven't watched it just yet, but I'm hoping that it is good. So I need to put that on my to-do list. I probably need to watch that over the weekend. Now that I think about it, okay. But nonetheless, I want a Shaman King augmented reality app. I want a Metabots ultimate reality app, augmented reality app, and I want a couple of these that will allow you to suit up, be the character that you want to be, and then actually explore that world that you want to explore. Okay, let's up the lighting on this a little bit. All right, but yeah, explore the way you want to explore, do the things you want to do, with hands-free, fully hands-free experience. Either having the phone on your face, or having it to where it is connected to, say, a Chromecast and beaming it onto your television, right? Some of that nature. Another project that I also almost forgot that I do have very small, almost microscopic tutorials on, is the game based on an old school, what is the word? The old school Dragon Ball Z game, Flash game. I think Flash games need a revival. I think there are some good Flash games out there. I think that Cartoon Network put out some good Flash games at one point in time, and those are the Flash games that I'm going to attempt to bring back before doing or looking or branching off into other realms of the Flash game world. There weren't too many Flash games that I got to partake in, sad to say. But at the same time, I do think that this is definitely a lucrative area. But the Dragon Ball Z game, I'm going to show you guys some brief snippets of what it looks like, or what it's shaping up to be, what it's starting to look like. Okay? And that's what a couple of my tutorials are also based off of. All right? But at the same time, all of these games we're looking to use to make money. The reason why we want to make money is quite simple. Well, one, we want to be able to pay what Unity is going to be asking for. And number two, want to be able to quit my 9 to 5. I want to stop being here and start being there, or start playing, the games that I want to play, living the life that I want to live. And we can't do that if we're still here. We can't do that. We can't do that if we don't make the game. So I got big projects. We got big projects that we got to work on. And I'm hoping that you guys could be a part of that. But I want you guys to know that means that Unity is still relevant. There are so many systems that are relatively good when it comes to Unity that just have not been implemented properly. They have the Leap Motion technology that allows you to be able to see your hands in a augmented reality space. Again, only Unity has really properly implemented this, or has integrated it, not in the sense of it's built in, but in the sense of you go to their store and you can find it. You go to some tutorials on YouTube and you can find it. There are too many systems in place that when it really comes down to it, man, you should be using Unity or whatever game engine you're using in an attempt to free yourself from the typical 9 to 5. I don't understand a lot of people and how you can go to work that you don't care about, but you have to go to work, because if you don't, you'll basically, you don't know how to survive in the jungle. Half the jungle belongs to whatever nation you live in, so you can't just build anywhere you want, right? So, and then on top, it's just hard. It's a hard life, right? It's a hard life out there. So it's just best, that at least if you're going to be a part of a city, or you're going to be a part of society as a whole, you figure out a way to get paid to do what you love. I mean, is it so wrong, right? Is it so wrong? So when it comes to Unity, if you are being paid via Unity or with Unity already, Why mess that up? Now, if it's the principle of the matter, like them, changing policies and things of that nature, so you can't, it's a trusting type of thing, right? Then in that case, you should set it up so you don't need them anymore. I mean, what's the best way is to utilize them till you don't need them anymore. I mean, isn't that what we're doing when we have a job, right? You're working at the Walmart until you can make enough money to be free. And if you want to be there all your life, then, big up to you. But if you want to be free, then you got to figure out a way. I figured that people do hustles and things of that nature, like a Uber, or like a what's the other thing? I mean, the only thing I can remember is Uber, but I remember there's like, an Instacart. Yeah, things of that nature. There we go. But I figure people do that because they're trying to get free. You're trying to get away. So if you're trying to get free, you're trying to get away, then you got to do things that are going to allow you to be free and get away. So, I think that Unity can be a good decision if you are attempting to make it in the gaming industry. It just really matters whether or not you made a good game or not. And then to me, it also would say, or it also brings up the thing, like, I would say, why make a game if you're not going to attempt to make money from it one day? Because, like, yeah, you might have friends playing it and stuff like that. That's cool. You might want to play with your friends and stuff like that. That's cool. But at the same time, it's very, making a game is hard. It's not easy. People end up working on the game for years, for hours, for months, for decades, right? So why would you do that necessarily for free and not expect any financial reward out of that at all? What would be the point of, because you got to understand, like, server space costs money. I don't know if you guys know that, but the server space costs money. To host a game costs money. To list a game costs money. It's only some companies are willing to take a hit. Google, they take hits all day. I don't understand how they make any money whatsoever. But Facebook, they take hits. We know they're taking hits. We definitely hear about their hits, especially with the Meta, right? We're changing to Meta and things of that nature. So we know these things cost money. So why would we think that releasing a game to the public, allowing people to have a game, or allowing people to play the game, allowing the game to be hosted all the time, doesn't cost a little bit of coin? Yes, you can host games from, say, like your phone natively, or your computer natively. And I think that they've made it so easy that people have forgotten that, hey, you can have your own server. Actually, you can set up your own server and do your own thing from your own computer, if you had one. Okay. But nonetheless, Unity, Amazon, Epic, right, Unreal Engine, they make these things easy, right? So what we have to do is I think all of us, if you're going to get into making anything, I think all of us, at least at this juncture in time, but all of us really need to get into at least using the things that you love to get you free. God dang it. Get free. Maybe you won't be free because now you're a slave to the thing that you love. Aren't you already, though? But maybe that's a bit much. But at the same time, I mean, like I'm here right now. I'm doing this video. I don't want to be here. Okay, I'd much rather be at my desk trying to fix this problem with my game that I'm having right now. That I think after I fix, the rest will be easy. But I say all that to say that, once again, Unity is still relevant. And if one, you're interested in any of the projects that I have showcased today, you make sure that you comment what project you like or are intrigued or interested in the most. And if you want to work alongside of me, you also use that comment section. Also, this channel is for us, is for you, is for me. What does that mean? That means that if you have a project that you are looking to get some eyes on or looking to get some help with, you post that in the comment section as well. I don't care about advertising. There's not enough places. There's not enough places that allow you to advertise for free, or that don't get mad or don't get evil about it, right? I could care less. It's not like I'm making any money from it anyway. So if you have your thing going on that is game oriented, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll be more than happy to assist you.